Annie, I see you down there. Just shoot me an invite. We'll get you situated. Let me send you 1 second, everyone. And of course, at any point in time in the space, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please always feel free to request a mic, join us, and come on up. Everyone is always welcome to speak. And let me see. Give me 1 second while I get. All right. Annie, I just sent you the invite. You should be able to get it now. And we are good. Hopefully. Bear with us, everyone. I know these spaces have been kind of wonky this past week. I've been hearing that a lot. A couple of spaces we attended, people had to restart or drop and come back in. It was pretty crazy. Okay. All right. We'll get it going. Get it. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Well, we'll dive into it and get everybody. Oh, Bob Knight, welcome, man. Feel free to come on up. Always welcome in the space. Community hangout. Um, yeah. Give us 1 second. Always welcome to come on up. If you have anything to say, welcome. Welcome, everyone. It is going to be a chill space today. We won't be running anything too dramatic, too technical. Bear with us for 1 second. Okay, and I don't know. All right. Okay. All right. So we'll get it going. We will get it going. Get it going. All right. I know. I see you laughing at me, Dan. I'm down there. You see me up here struggling, huh? I'm nothing without my co-host, man. See, I can't do anything without her. We're just gonna freestyle it and go off the whim. All right. So let's get it going and we will try to walk in. And this will be we're going to limit the space to about an hour and a half. So we'll be trying to it's 4:07 my time now, so we'll be trying to wrap it up at about 5:15, 5:20 to make sure we're done on time. Try to keep it limited. So again, just please keep that into consideration. If you do have questions, comments, and concerns, please feel free to voice them at any point in time and come on up. And yeah, just don't forget to just please don't wait till the last minute and come up with like a three-part question. You know what I mean? Keep us in here past time, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's utilize our time together wisely. That's all I'm saying. Remember that shit in school? Never thought you'd hear that again, right? All right. So I see a few of our guest speakers in the house. Crypto Lounge, Annie. I'm trying to send you invites. I don't know if you're seeing them or if you're getting them. Let me Crypto Lounge. I'm gonna drop you one as well. Quest, y'all, give me a second. Get everything situated. Uh, all right. We will go to it. Get to it. Crypto Lounge. I sent you a mic there. If you want to request and get in it. Um, and that is it. I guess we'll get into it. All right. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got a whole. All right, there we go. Okay, Annie was writing a recap. That's why she was busy. She was busy. Okay, let me send a request again. Okay, I don't know where she went. She might have dropped out. She might have to circle back around. All right, so I got the recap. We're gonna dive into it and get it going while we get everything situated. I see. Oh, there we go. There we go. There she is. She's back in the house. All right. And I approved your. There we go. There we go. Yes, ma'am. We got you. Live at 5. Wow. We got it. We got it. It comes together every now and then. It comes together for us.
Oh my goodness.
You
That's
saw me up
crazy.
here. Did you hear me up here struggling by myself? Man, I was looking like a deer in the headlights. And I don't know what to do. I
No.
don't know what's gonna happen today, y'all. It's just gonna be a chill space. This shit sounded horrible.
That's funny. Uh,
Damn.
you imagine. We communicate with emojis,
Right. It's
right?
tricky. We should know sign language after coming out of all these emojis in these spaces, right? All right. So I got you up here. I sent the mic to Crypto Lounge as well. So we will be running. I guess it's me and you today. We'll get some other people up here shortly, but I'll dive into the recap. We'll get that going, and of course, come up and If
Yeah.
I have any questions, comments, concerns, we'll get them
Do,
going.
can you
Oh,
send me the
yes,
co-host,
yes, yes, yes. Got you. Give me one second.
or if
Give me
just
one.
to make sure there's another person with you there, because
All right.
you never know.
You're a speaker. I don't know. I sent it to you before. Let me see. Speakers. Let me see if I can get you on here. Uh, Not showing up. Hang on one second, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See, I'm just
Wow, I feel like this is
waiting.
my very first space I ever do. Shit, I
Oh
feel
my
like I've never
goodness.
been in a space before.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Crypto
All right.
Lunch is saying he's having issues requesting.
Ah.
So
Okay.
let's see.
Crypto Lounge, if you can hear us, just drop down. You might have to circle back around and cycle through the space. I know we had to drop out a few
Hmm.
times and come back in. Spaces be spaces. You know how it
Yeah,
is.
that's what I did. I had to leave and come back. I refreshed the page, come back. So
Okay, cool.
let's
All right.
see.
All right. So you should be seeing the invite come to you, Annie. You should have the co-host invite coming your way. Keep an eye out for it. It should be there. It should be available. Okay.
Um,
And we will. Let me see.
I don't see it yet.
Okay. It might just be laggy. We'll give it a sec. Okay. Well, while we wait for that, I'm gonna dive into the recap. We'll get that off. We'll get that going, and as soon as everybody else is able to join back in, we'll drop it back in and get it popping. All right. So then I will circle back around and drop the link in a few chats as well. That way we can get a little bit more of a presence. Okay. All right. So we'll get into the recap real quick, and this is number 79. Wow, welcome everyone. Almost to 80. That's that's pretty
Almost.
impressive. 80 weeks we've been together. 80 Saturdays for the past consecutive 80 Saturdays we've hung out. That's pretty cool,
That's crazy.
right? That is pretty cool. Whenever you think
Wow.
about it like that, it definitely kind of puts the time into perspective, for sure. All right, so we will dive into it. I'm gonna get it going real fast. Annie, keep an eye out for that co-host invite. I think it was sent.
Hmm.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our 79th weekly Paul Community Hangout, covering September 7th through September 14th of 2024. Let's dive into your weekly recap. Who is PAWChain? PAWChain is at the forefront of blockchain innovation, offering fast, secure, and scalable solutions for businesses and individuals alike. Our multi-chain capabilities enable seamless asset transfers across networks with transaction speeds comparable to major credit cards. With top-tier security validated by Certic and a focus on user-friendly experiences, PawChain is shaping the future of blockchain. Explore how PawChain can benefit you at pawchain.net. In case you missed it, Optimism joins PawChain. We are thrilled to announce that Optimism is now a supported network on PawChain. Let's go. Projects can now have their assets exist simultaneously on Optimism, Avalanche, Base, BNB, Polygon, Arbitrum, and Ethereum, all from a single liquidity pool. And I love that list just gets longer and longer. I love doing that because as we're in spaces and stuff, it's really cool that we started off with a few and now it's getting kind of, it's getting up there. So it's really, really cool. As the list grows, I enjoy being able to. Sorry, let me mute this crap. I enjoy being able to talk about that. It's really cool. Okay. Spaces success. Last week was buzzing with spaces where our marketing team and community members showcased Paul Chain's groundbreaking technology. The momentum is strong, and this is just the beginning, and that is absolute fact. Um, I just got you, Annie. Are you up here with me still? Oh, did we lose Annie? I think I lose. Oh, there she is. Okay. Oh, that was being wonky. I'm sorry, Annie. I was approving sir, and it looked like you had requested to speak, and I wasn't sure who I was requesting. Sorry, y'all. And this is just the beginning. So yes, talking about spaces too. We're gonna circle back to that. Matter of fact, we'll circle back to that. Remind me, put a thumbtack in it. We're gonna come back to spaces. We got some great news. Onboarding is in full swing, with more projects choosing PawChain to build their future. Exciting times ahead. DigiFinance event going on. Please participate for a chance to get a share of 1,000 USDT. We'll put some updates up top and everything like that. The way I can get all the details. Last minute update on our Paul wallet. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but Paul wallet is now updated with the ability to see your seed phrase and private key. So that's a little bit something moving forward. You don't have to stash them. You don't have to store them. If you're using, of course, you're not using mobile just yet, but when mobile comes, or even if you're on PC, your browser, please disable your password backup. You know what I mean? Like if you're on a cell phone and you have your phone that backs it up and it backs up your seed phrase, it backs up all the data from say your MetaMask. Now all someone has to do is get into your Android or your iPhone, not necessarily your wallet, right? Because all your info is stored there. So what you do is you just disable. You go. I have an iPhone. You go into your apps, disable the iCloud backup for that specific app. Write that shit down on a piece of paper and keep it to yourself. Let it back up all the other stuff. Do the same thing with your PC. That way, no matter what happens, you have that extra protective barrier between your seed phrase and your I'm sorry, your seed phrase and your private key and all that, and your password mainly. That's just a little point that I like to try to make and remind people. Backups are cool and all that, but just be careful what you back up and what you save. That way, you don't give others access to it. Last minute update on Paul Wallet. Okay, we've got that. Remember to always keep these details private and secure. Remember, we are building the future of blockchain together. We now open the floor to our speakers and welcome anyone with questions or feedback to join in. Your participation is what makes this community thrive, and we greatly thank you for being here again with us. So that is the recap, and we will get to it. Give me 1 second, Annie. Let me come back over here. All right, so we will. I see we got Sir Shields. Can you hear us? Okay, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, yep. We got you, got you, got you. What's your thoughts on Paul? I'm gonna start with you, man. It's just us. It's just us three up here, the three musketeers. So I'm gonna start with you, brother. What you got? What's your thoughts on Paul, man? I know it was kind of not really a huge week, but the spaces were pumping, and we're definitely picking up some traction. We see a lot more traction out there, and you can probably be the first to tell us about that since you're on the front lines with us.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, I mean, for sure. I just saw that update there about the Paul Wallet and what you were talking about. That's great news, and I'm just gonna basically literally say the exact same thing as you. But yeah, I know, we're all used to just taking a screenshot here or this or that, but when it comes to your seed phrase and your password, just take the extra, I don't know, 35 seconds and write it down on a piece of paper. This is advice from me personally and from friends I've spoken to who have actually ended up learning the hard way, from having taken a screenshot and kept that in their gallery, interacting with different websites, downloading photos of this and that. I'm not sure exactly how it works because I'm not a scammer, but just write it down. Just write your phrase down, write your password down on a piece of paper, not online where nobody can ever access it except you. Definitely good advice. Yeah, but I mean, for Paul, like you say, we're definitely picking up some momentum now. I would say 7 chains uh, connected plus PAWChain. We've got the external swap. I think the last update I saw is that that's still being tested. Obviously, safety and security comes first. Nobody wants something pushed out super fast that isn't going to work properly. So, uh, everything we've been told about that's coming is came and is live now. So, definitely, I can see more interest in the project from other projects, from individuals. We've had an increase in the amount of members in the PawChain official Telegram. PawChain official Telegram again has the blue check mark verified. So if you happen to end up in another one, it's the wrong one. Always ask around. If you're not sure what's going on, there's plenty of people here. Annie 21. I mean, the list goes on and on of people who can point you in the right direction if you're not sure what's happening. Um, and on Reddit as well, I see more and more posts on Reddit from community members. I saw Bacano posting the other day there. Obviously, Scotia Girl does a great job with it. There's several other people I see posting as well. I'm not sure who they are because on Reddit you end up with a completely different name. So, anyway, shout out to everybody on there who's engaging and sharing updates and information. And again, talking about the Pod Telegram, the raids, ongoing, nonstop. Lots of people participating. It's great to see everyone, searching around and looking for good posts for us to raid, and then also go back through the raid posts and engage with everyone who has raided. That helps bring some visibility to our posts, which is kind of the rating. Yeah, and so aside from that, I mean, on top of the just unwavering community effort. It's spectacular to see. I've went to a couple of other spaces myself. I went to Bob Hub yesterday. I think that was yesterday. Great time. Yeah, 21. You were there with me. Great time there. You know, a great chance to interact and engage with projects that have deployed on PawChain. You know, we say Paw Fam, which we are, but that's everybody, right? That's everybody. All the projects that have deployed on PawChain. You know, we're just getting bigger and bigger. So it's great to be able to find in spaces with everyone else, all of the other projects, and have a chance to hear what's happening. Um, they have. I'm not going to talk about it. It's up to them. It's for them. Well, for them. I'm part of the Bob community, so I guess I can talk about it. Um, they have a game coming out. It's not exclusive to Bob, but it's all for all the meme coins, all meme coin characters. It looks really really cool. Meme Alliance is the account that's doing it, but I'm gonna try to see, like I said, they're 21 in the space on Bob Hub yesterday about maybe if we can get a couple of items or gear or something with PawChain on it. I think it would be cool. More meme coins are building on PawChain. Naked Mole. I mean HRM. I guess is a meme. I don't really think it is. I'm not sure how to classify HRM, but anyway, just great to see all of the things that are taking place, all of the different projects building outwards on PawChain. You know, which is at the end of the day extending, I don't want to say our grasp, our reach, our people seeing us and hearing about us and hearing about PawChain. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me, guys. I mean, I could keep talking. I don't know. There's only three of us up here. I see Crypto Lounge. I don't know if he's going to be able to get up or not. Big Q, Big Q has a community space or his space tonight for PawChain. If you guys have time later, check that out for sure too. You know, just so many great things I can say about the community. The project itself, everybody knows. We could talk for hours and hours about the project, but as a community space, I mean, I'd say we're unrivaled here. Oh yeah, and I would like to give a shout out to everybody who this past Wednesday did the WENSDAY day with KuCoin. Some of you I see here now. Dor, I know you did. I mean, there were so many people. I can't see that many people here. Actually, it's not loading everybody's picture. But anyway, it's going to be a weekly thing on Wednesday. So as everybody knows, I pester KuCoin every day. I just sent them the tweet today, uh, just for a hangout, not for them to list us. I mean, if they want to do that, would be awesome too. We all know that costs a ton of money, but this is a chance to give KuCoin literally a chance to ask questions and hear about PodChain. I mean, one way or the other, they will hear about us just like everyone else. But I thought it would be kind of cool. So I think day 325 right now of asking them. So this upcoming Wednesday, if you have a chance and if you can remember, ask them when hang out with Paw and tag at KuCoin, KuCoin.com rather, just so they see it. I'm sure they see it. I know they see it, but there's an agenda for everybody and for, you know, not in a bad way, but I mean money and the rest of it. I think the more noise we make, eventually, one way or the other, we should hear something back. Okay, I see there's more speakers up here now. I've been talking long enough. Sorry, 21
It's
and
all good.
20 anyone. What's the space number? I missed the beginning.
Oh, 7979. We are 79.
Well, getting close to 100. We're almost there. That's
Bro,
amazing.
me and Andy were saying 80 is crazy, dude. We've been together for 80 consecutive Saturdays. Like, you know, that's just kind of when you put it into that kind of form, like, oh, we're here every week. Doesn't sound the same. Like, dude, I've seen y'all rap scallions for the past 80 Saturdays. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's
It's
pretty
true.
cool, man. When you
No,
think
it's
about
true. It's true. If I sit here and think about like my in real life friends and even my in real life family, I haven't seen them every Saturday for the
it.
last 79 weeks. So yeah, there's definitely a strong bond here with us
Priorities, man. Power over everything.
for sure. No, definitely. All right, man. Thanks again, Annie and 21 for putting the spaces on and the paw host. I'll shut up now for a little bit until we get into the closing thoughts. But I see Crypto Lounge and JT. You guys have at it.
Yep. We'll get it. Before we move on too, I want to tell you about that thumbtack that I put in that shit. Um, so we talked about the spaces and being relevant or being having a lot of traction and stuff. So we do have some good news. We are going to be working with Web3 to actually take part in hosting some spaces. and being able to expand that outward under the PAWChain umbrella. So that's going to
What?
be really cool. Yeah. So that's
Are
going to
you
be really, really,
serious?
yeah, I'm dead serious, man. So as of next
That's
Friday,
huge, man.
I'm going to be hosting spaces with Web3 from PawChain accounts, and we're going to be working together to further not only the Web3 reach, but also to further the PawChain reach as well. And we're going to do it together. We will be working on getting some events maybe for next year. We'll see how that pans out. I don't know. Don't want to say too much, so we don't know. We're trying to just kind of iron everything out. But the details we do have is that we are going to be moving forward with a collab with Web3 and hosting some spaces together. So it'll be just like the traditional Web3 spaces, but instead of Tyler being such a great host, it'll be me and it'll be Paul Chain account. So that's really, really cool. We're able to talk about Paul Chain. We're able to still discuss, technology with other projects. We're just going to be, helping them out. They do have quite a bit on their plate. They're expanding, they're growing rapidly, and we're going to try to grow with them. We're definitely do what we can to help them out as they've done to do all they can to help us out as well. So we're definitely appreciative of it. I'm very humbled by the experience and thankful to be a part of it. So that is some great news. I'm very happy about that. And that'll be every
That
consecutive Friday for the next, I don't even know how long. I know through next year. So that'll be
that
really, really cool.
sorry, man. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we got you. We got you.
Man, that is spectacular. That is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not sure if everybody here has been following along with the Web3 Spaces. Tyler's a great guy. He's a great host. He talks often about how he had been in a project that initially was he was you know told it was going to end up being what PodChain actually is. This isn't throwing shade or disrespecting any other project, but that's awesome, man. That's huge. That is a huge help for like you say, right? For like everybody seeing us. So that's great, man. That's great news. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm excited about it. We all, we all got to show up. That's and it's not. And I wanted to share that with everyone because I'm not the one that's being invited. It's not me that they're asking to come host the space because I'm someone special. It's everyone. It's the community. It's when we show up together. We make noise. We scream it from the rooftops. We tweet shit out. We repost it. We make comments. That is exactly the reason have been invited. It has nothing to do with me. It's not because I'm, like I said, it's nothing to do with me. It's a group effort, and is we have been invited as a whole, as a community, to take part in this. So that's what I wanted to make sure and emphasize that and stress that as much as possible. We would not have gotten this invitation if each and every one of you had not showed up in those spaces, the times that you did, made those tweets, sent that love, talked about Paul Chain. Little stuff adds up, man. It really does in this space. And when you're consecutive and you're consistent, like we are, it makes a world of difference. The hardest part about this space is people showing up. You'll see a few people, and that's why we have just a few charlatans out there screaming this and screaming that. If everyone showed up and just kind of, practice some good stuff, we'd be a lot further in the space. So I do want to emphasize that and stress that as much. We are invited as a whole, as a community, as a project to take part. So it's a group effort. We definitely earn this together, and we will definitely celebrate it together. And we win together, we lose together, and we move together always with Paul Chain. So yeah, definitely, I'm
That
excited about it. I'm hopeful for it as well.
that's so cool, man. And like that's the second time I've heard that in 2 days. Again, in the Bob space, there it was I think Steve Bob saying, geez, as soon as we tag Paw or Paw Chain with anything Bob related, boom, there's like 10, 15, 20 replies, likes, reposts, everybody engaging. So yeah, no, that's great news, man.
Definitely, definitely, man. All right, so we're gonna circle back around. JT, I'm gonna drop it down to you, and then after you, I'm gonna come up to Crypto Lounge. Just a heads up, brother. But we'll start with JT, man. What's your thoughts on Paul this week? Welcome, welcome. How's everything going, and how you staying safe out there? We hope.
Oh, you have to give me a minute.
Okay, no worries, no worries. I'll circle back around to JT, and I'll start with you, Crypto Lounge. Sorry to put you on the spot, but we'll do a little switcheroo there. Welcome to the space, brother. How's it going? I know it's hot as hell in Texas today. How we living?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. I finally got in. Had to do some things with the phone, but I think you guys can hear me. I think we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we got you loud and clear. We got you, bro.
yeah, good. I've been listening. I missed like the first part of that recap, but man, very exciting news you just reported too. That's just more exposure. It's cheap exposure too, because that's a headliner, So it's gonna be really cool to see the icon up there as the host. So that's really cool, man. That thing kind of like blossomed. I remember when you guys first started doing it, and it just blossomed into something that you just reported is pretty interesting too. And we already know how strong the community is. That's the only thing that I noticed about the park community when I first, actually started really gazing on it. the strong push and the exposure that you guys are already getting just because of what you were doing, because of what you were about. Strong community, moving in unison as one. That's powerful, you know. And everybody's we already knew what was coming, so I think that's a beautiful thing because as we know, with our community, there's nothing. It doesn't matter what you're building, right? It doesn't matter what you're deploying. If you don't have a community behind it, it's not going to do very well. So that's one of the great attributes of this movement, of the PAWChain movement, the Paw ecosystem, the Paw community. So and the root of it is Discord. I tell a lot of people, you know, I mentioned Telegram too, but I think the Discord is very important too because of the way it's structured, and that's where it started. I remember my first time talking with you guys, it was in Discord. It was the same setting, but it was in Discord, and it was really really cool. Now you're what, number 79. That's pretty cool, you know. And I remember when I first jumped into one of these, I was like, guys, we're going to 100. We're going to get 100 pretty quick. And some of you laughed at me. It's like, Michael, we're just number 5. Look at it. It's almost 80. So this is really, really cool, man. I'm having a joyful ride here with you guys. And again, that exposure, that's like 1 to 2 times fold when you're doing it this way. So I can't wait to see that first one, man, where it's hosting and you guys are doing it. Hopefully I can get in it. Most of the time I'm driving, I'm in route, so it's unfortunate. I do get to listen in a little bit, but I wish I could participate a little bit more. But I'm just very excited, man. But now I got to talk about the market too, because you know I've been getting a lot of DMs about what's going on with marketing. You know, and where is it going? You guys need to burn coins. I'm so sick of that. By the way, I'm so sick of that. But I've been getting a lot of that lately, and I always tell them, this is the time to build for a lot of developers. This is the time to innovate. This is the time to improve, stack up on the technology, fix what's not working correctly. These are the times when the market is fluctuating like this. This is when you hone in on the actual foundational aspect of your ecosystem or say blockchain technology, right? So I feel like this is the perfect time. This is what's happening. Personally, you know, and I've been saying this a lot too. Personally, if it was me, I probably wouldn't spend a lot of money on marketing right now because of the sentiment of the market, because of the the playing field and what's going on with politics, things of that nature. So I'm a long termer. I always say 2025. This particular Ferrari, I'm not gonna say Maserati anymore because everybody gets mad when I say Maserati. And I didn't know that was a shit car, by the way. I thought it was a pretty decent car. But anyway,
When
it's
Lambo.
gonna blossom. Well, Lambo too, Lambo too. But I gotta tell you, man. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of these projections, and I'm looking at a lot of what's going on and what's on the cusp of happening next year. I'm more excited about 2025 than I am about this fourth quarter of this year. In fact, I'm real bearish on the fourth quarter of this year. I'm more excited about 2025, especially the third quarter of 2025, not only for PAWChain, but for the space in general. I'm looking at $3-4 trillion market cap by next summer. And if you don't think that's going to pull the whole market up, you better think again because this thing is going to fly. And I love that the fact that this dev team, they're putting their head down and they're working to make sure this platform is ready to go when that bull starts running, when the bulls start running. This is what I love about it because you got a lot of stagnation in the space right now. You got a lot of lazy devs that aren't really doing anything. They're just waiting on the bull run to get them to those new heights. They're not innovating. They're not, bolstering the platforms, listening to the community, because that's when you find out what's wrong. You have to listen to the community. The community is ground zero when it comes to information about what's going on, what could be done better, what can be improved. You got to get that from the community if you have it that way. And we know we have this. So, I mean, I can go on and on about the attributes of Paul, the attributes of the community. The You guys kill it on the tweets. I see it all the time. I'm rolling down the road and in my route, I see a tweet come out, and next thing you know, this thing is like rolling. Massive retweets, massive replies, massive bookmarks, views off the charts. That's how it happens, man. I saw Dogecoin community do that to Doge years ago when it first got hit, and I saw that community propel that worthless coin into where it is, and it was all community. Look at what's going on with Paul. I see that same freaking movement with Paul, and it's just not a worthless coin. This is a monster of an ecosystem, and it has the same community attitude. Very, 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 very strong, massive push, and I would say arrogant, and you should be because this is an amazing platform. I'm very arrogant when I talk about PAWChain. You should be as well. I hope you don't get offended when I say that, but I'm very arrogant when I do videos about Paul. I'm very confident when I talk about Paul, and when someone asks me, "Should you invest in it?" I try not to lean that way, but it's very hard. It's very hard for me not to say you need to get into this because of what we all know and what I've grown to love about the ecosystem and what how it's built. So I'll shut up because I could keep going. But and again, I hope you guys are having a great day too as well.
No, great points, man. Absolutely, and it really is tricky. Whenever we go to those, man, whenever it's like 3 in the morning, you're in a space, you know what I mean. You hear a project come up, and they're like, "Hey, guys, diamond hands, and we're gonna send this, we're gonna run this bad boy up, and all this." And then you're listening to their shield, right? You're just kind of chilling, and they're telling you that they just don't have anything. Like it's weird, man, because you're just like, what? You come from like a different space where people are
Yeah,
like deploying utilities, and the the change of tide in the space that can happen from 10 o'clock a.m. to 3 a.m. is absurd, and it's weird, man, because like
yeah.
you're engulfed in like utility, and then all of a sudden, middle of the night, it's just people are just wandering around throwing money at stuff is what it seems like. You know what I mean? Like they're just
It's
walking down
yeah,
these back alleys and just looking at signs on a
yeah.
soul alleyway, and they're like, oh, let me buy that for whatever reason. It's just weird, man. But I mean,
What
that's
21? I'm gonna
that's
tell you, bro. This is, I think a lot of it is the redundant factor of cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency investing and cryptocurrency development. If you've been in since 2015, I don't know how long you guys stepped into the space up until this point. If you stepped in 2021, you really know what I'm talking about. It's been really consistently redundant when it comes to what we've been presented and what we have been investing in. And it's been a lot of freaking trash. And I'm not talking about the top 10. It hasn't been a lot of substance, guys, at all. I think recently, especially with Paul. I'll go ahead and say with Paul. I don't know, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys because I've been in the space for a while. And I'm not talking, I'll exclude Bitcoin, Ethereum, I'll exclude, XRP, I'll exclude all those solidified platforms that were keystone development projects, is like what I like to call them, right? The substance has been minuscule for years. There's been a lot of, of empty promises, a lot of lackluster developments, a lot of scammers, a lot of scumbags, a lot of shit bags. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it how it is. A lot of thievery. And then here comes PAWChain. Here comes PawSwap. Because I remember when I first got it, my buddy, I'll tell you the story, man. My buddy, you probably know Awesome Austin. He's a great creator. He's kind of been away for a little bit. He's coming back. He was the one that actually told me about when it was PawSwap, when you guys first launched this particular situation. And I'm looking at it, and this is when it was kind of you guys are still, you had plans on deploying on Suburban, and we were looking at it. We were on his live, and he was like, "Man, I think this comes from Austin." He said, "I think this was special, guys." He was telling us that this is something about this, and then it just started running. And we were all, I remember we were all on a live. We were just trying to buy the coin because that's what we, this is the monster. This is what we're used to. You see something, you see it percolating, you see the green candles, you jump on it, right? And he kept telling us, even after live, he's like, "Man, this is special. This is special." And he kept talking about you guys for weeks. And here we are. Now, fast forward to this point right here. I would have never thought, because of the way the space was back then, that it would develop into what it is today. I'm not going to lie to you. But I did know, and he knew too, that there was a special spark because of the actual foundation of it. Yeah, it was a swap. Yeah, it had the typical meme icon, but look at what it evolved to. You don't really see this. It's kind of rare that you see something of that nature evolve into a juggernaut of a blockchain platform that endows interoperability, has its own freaking wallet, and we all know there's more. There's hubs here. There's an internal infrastructure that does not exist nowhere else in the space, guys. And a lot of people were like, when I say this, like, oh, whatever. I'm like, well, the documents are public. Go into the documents. Look into the documents. Go into the web page. I've slammed that web page. I put those links all over the place. And people come back, man, when was this deployed? Where did you find this? So that I really get excited when people ask me, where did I find it? Why haven't I not heard of PAWChain? That really excites me because I know once we do get rolling, it's gonna knock everybody's fucking socks off, right? So, I'll shut up again because I can go. I can keep going.
No,
No,
man,
keep
no,
talking, keep talking. It
yeah,
sounds great.
it's plenty okay, man. Whenever we get bullish on Paul, dude, that's what it's about. But you're absolutely right, man. It's staggering sometimes to get out there and see what other, and it really this isn't a comparison. We're not any better than anyone else in this space. I think we are just more dedicated on the building. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. We're here to build. We're here to produce. We're here to actually make tangible, functional products. You know what I mean? We want to see the shit finished. We don't want to get up and just tell you how good it sounds. We want to show you how good the shit works. You know what I mean? And I think that's the big difference between PAWChain and a lot of other projects. There's different benefits. There's good sides and downsides to that. You know, everyone to each their own. But I know what is at the heart of PAWChain is actually delivering. Over delivering and underselling is has been the practice of PAWChain since its inception, and I think that that's a good legacy to carry on. And I'm absolutely thankful for it. Like you said, making the space great again and making the space ours again is something that we can really do, not just with the technology, but we talked about earlier the community thread. We've got a strong community, and really, you don't see that a lot, man. We took a lot of our community bindings
Yeah.
and our community practices from previous crypto cycles. So what you're seeing now is a lot of candle chasers, a lot of soul activity. Those people don't stick together. They're in spaces at 2 or 3 in the morning. That's cool, but they're not in group chats. They're not retweeting everybody. They're not rating everything. They're rating what's in a space to make the candles pump. Remember that. Okay.
No,
We
you're
don't do
right.
that. We're
Yep.
rating chats because we want to get the message out there, right? Big difference in the way that we operate and the way that we carry ourselves in this space. And that is a true testament of the and how Paul differentiates from other projects in this space, you know. And it's not, like I said, it's not a comparison. We're not better than anyone. We are different. We are built different. Our priorities are different, and that's where we shine, I
No, and just a couple more things, and I'll get off, man, because you got me fired up now. I mean, that you said
think.
something that really, no, dude, you said something that's very important. Number one, different. You're not, it's so hard. Oh man, I get these DMs all the time. My God, I have to really hold my tongue, because it's not like, and what you said was so perfectly well said. It's not like we're going out trotting around, saying that we're better than everything else, right? Difference. I think the differential factor is what's needed in this space. There's so much redundant technology. When something different comes around, it's more exciting. I know when I see something different, I'm excited about it. I look into it a whole lot more because there's substance there, right? As an investor, if I'm coming in with an institutional mindset, I'm not looking for meme coin. I'm not looking for redundant technology. I'm not looking for NFT dev that's going to rug me, right? I'm looking for blockchain technology. I'm looking for blockchain technology that can be used within the real world. I'm looking for interoperability, right? I'm looking for a secure wallet because I'm tired of dealing with the bullshit MetaMask and all these other flimsy wallets that go offline, they hang up. When you go into the DApp section, it's glitchy as shit. I'm looking for a solid wallet as well, right? And I'm looking for an actual peer-to-peer marketplace too. I talk to a lot of guys, and they are really looking for that as well. And a tokenized asset platform or NFT, marketplace, because that's basically what that's going to evolve to. Especially when all these token standards that are being developed and being approved by the foundation, I feel like Paul is set up for all of that. All of that. Every hub tailors, including the point of sale, is going to be tailoring to what is coming, guys, in the next 4 years. It's like these devs knew what was coming. They had the blueprint and they knew how to target these different sectors that are going to be moving profusely into the blockchain space, into the cryptocurrency space, because they're going to have to. Because shit is collapsing outside. The infrastructure is collapsing. So they're going to have to start adopting blockchain technology. So, what better way to get this particular adoption and kind of hone it in and corral it in, if you will, all right, is to build properly. And this is what these devs have done. This is I've never seen it before. They're not bullshitting, guys. These devs are not bullshitting. They never were. So completion of projects, completion of promises, you don't see that in the space. We see that with Paul. Making it all the way through with these particular, and we have that part. There's an actual link too, and an actual website that you can track the progress of all the aspects of PAWChain. All right, you don't see that either. You don't see that at all. A lot of devs won't do that because they're bullshit. They're not going to complete a damn thing. They're just going to do a front end, make you some really cool videos, and get you to pump those taxes up, and then pull the rug while you're sleeping. You know, you don't have that with PAWChain. I'm going to digress, man. You guys have a great weekend. You have a great weekend.
Hey man, I always appreciate the point of views and I always appreciate the content as well, man. You make some great points, and I think it's really imperative, or not imperative, but it's really important that we talk about this stuff. You know, it's the difference, and a lot of people coming into this space, whether you're new or been here for 10 years, it sometimes it takes a while for things to dawn on you. I know, whenever I first got into the space, it was all about something totally different. You know, my narrative in this space was totally different than DeFi and trying to figure other shit out. You know, we were after scammers, and it was just it was the blind leading the blind. It was crazy. But as you kind of learn and you mature in this space and you outgrow your surroundings a little bit, and you want more. you start to look, and I think everybody doing that, whether you're coming from a CEX and you're doing the earn and learn, now you're learning about DeFi, you want to know what Ethereum is, now you're in MetaMask. If you're on eToro, if you're on Webull, any of those apps that have chats, people come from those. They get in those chats, they talk, they post contracts, they post plays, and then they come from the CEX chats and they come to Twitter, they come to DeFi. Shit happens. It's been happening for the past 2 or 3 cycles. So like whenever you do that and people talk about that and they're just coming into this space, you definitely want to not try to, you know, just offer them something different. Like you said, it's all the same shit, man. It's all the same. So being able to offer them something different and innovative, I think is a really great place to start. Not for us, but for future people who are going to be in crypto. Start now with an L3. Don't start with an L1. You're on an L2, and then L3s are trending. You just did all that work for nothing. You might as well just start with the L3 and try to take your rightful place in the future. And I think that's very important for the newbies coming in. All right,
Yeah,
Mr. J.
L3s are a dude. See, you got me, man. There's one more. I'm gonna be really quick because I gotta squeeze this in. L3s are a threat. Layer 3 tech, like especially this one, because it's a little bit different than your standard L3. They are a threat. Look at what Veteran has been talking about the last couple of days. If you've been following Vitalik, he's been really kind of like pushing out. He's been trying to pump the L2 conversation up, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. We're past that, right? But I'll digress. She brought that up, and it made me think about Vitalik and how he's pushing this L2 phenomenon, this L2 bullshit. He's not even talking about L3s because they're a central threat to what they got going on. It is what it is. I've even went into I know an actual Ethereum Foundation dev. They don't want to talk about it, and I know why they don't want to talk about it because it's a threat, and they did not
Exactly.
take the time to innovate, and they did
And I
not take
also
the time to pay
before
attention to this shit. You know?
You're right. And before I drop down to JT, I'm gonna say, I just got to reiterate that the 404 and the 721s and all that new protocol shit that we're bullish on, that's Ethereum trying to save themselves, I believe. That's
Yeah,
them trying to
absolutely.
get on. That's them trying to
Yeah.
employ different protocols to extend an L2 into areas that it doesn't belong. And I don't think they're gonna. I'm not. I mean, it don't even matter what they're gonna do. But let's just say that L3s, you're absolutely right. They are the future. I think that the L1s and L2s approach are very isolated and they've run their course. So I think moving forward, it's definitely gonna have to be open to new tech. All right, Mr. JT, you got your hand up. So sorry, man. What you got? What you got, brother? I know you might be at work. I want to get down to you real quick.
God, no, I appreciate you guys. What's up, man? It's gotten a little quieter. I can talk for a second. I just want to start off. Hats off with the whole, connection with the Web3 thing. That's going to be super, super big thing for both PAWChain and Web3. You know what I mean? So congratulations on that notion. Thank you everybody for showing up today. And being here. This is what it takes. Is all coming together. So. I don't want to take up too much time. I got a lot going on right here, right now. But yeah, thanks for hosting the space. I'm in here listening. So cheers, guys.
Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. I know you're busy out there. Please stay safe. Please let us know you're all right. Check in when you can, man. And yeah, we got you, bro. We got you covered, man. Updates when you get back for sure. All right, Mr. Organic Life. I see you got your hands up. Welcome to the space. I do believe this is your first time, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome to the Paul space. We are doing a community hangout where we're discussing our thoughts on Paul Chain, man. Did you have any thoughts in relevance to that?
Yeah, I do actually. First of all, hope everyone's having a good day. I'm first time caller from New Zealand. Just wanted to touch base with the community to get a bit of a few ideas or a little bit of if some people have some suggestions on what is the approximate wait time. I'm a long time. Oh, when I say long time, I'd say maybe 2 to 3 year poor holder before it migrated and got a lot of faith and really love the idea and the exchange and just the opportunity to invest early. So that being said, I've had a little bit of issues with not issues, but a little bit of problems with the whole migration program process. At first, I contacted Poor Help, and they were quite good. They were quite good, but and then I contacted Crypto Lounge and Bravo, and theirs also been good. But I'm just trying to wait. What is the process like? Because when I did my migration, unfortunately, during the migration, my computer froze for whatever reason, and then after about 5 minutes, nothing happened, and I restarted it, or refreshed it, I should say, and then I completely lost. Like it migrated the tokens, but it had like I wasn't able to get to that second step where I put in my address so that way they could send me back the new migrated tokens, and essentially like my investment is gone to the migration place, but I haven't, like, it's been a couple of weeks. And how long should I be waiting perhaps they were able to help me to sort of get my migrated tokens back. I just wanted to put it out there to get the community. Yeah, I've got a lot of faith in the project. I really um, appreciate anyone's ideas or help because at the moment, like it's been since the whole migrating process started, it's been over like it's close to 6 weeks, and I still haven't been able to complete the process. I know that things don't happen overnight, so I'm not sort of demanding or anything. I'm just trying to get a better an idea on what the process is.
Yeah, yeah,
So
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, I can walk you through your thing right here. You are looking at maybe another 7 days. I believe that your investment is in the treasury. And I believe your
treasury. That's
computer,
it. Yeah,
yeah, your computer froze. And I'm actually speaking with the gentleman who is helping you right now. He's here in the space with us, so he was just updating me. They are on it. They are getting you situated. It's not close to 6 weeks, and I know that you might have had some issues on your end or whatnot, but they're definitely trying to clear it up for you. So I know it was a special case. There was a rarity.
yeah.
I know that a lot of the migrations are complete, and they are kind of finishing up the last. So I do want to say that wasn't an isolated incident. So they are definitely working on it. They have not forgot about you. I'm looking at the update right now. So they are on it. They will be in contact. So, and do you have a Discord ticket open? I asked
I don't have a Discord, but
you.
I
Okay.
do want to add. I do want to add that Crypto Lounge and Bravo have been really good. They've been like interacting with me,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Okay, cool,
I
cool,
hate.
cool.
Yeah, so
Cool beans.
just big ups. I really appreciate the support and
Yeah, no, for
really
sure, man.
glad.
If you're in talks with Bravo, man, don't worry about it, man. He's got you covered. I trust that dude with my life. So yeah, just yeah, don't even sweat it, brother. You'll definitely get situated. They are on top of it. As you were
I just wish
talking,
they had a login. I just wish they had a login process so that way, just for this, it wouldn't have saved. Then I could have just re-logged back in and then continued the process, as opposed
yeah,
to
I
just
know in the beginning it was kind of, and depending on what you're using, there's different, your connection issues, things like that. It
yeah,
causes
yeah,
issues
absolutely.
whenever you're trying to do things like that. So it always there's so many different variables to take place. So it's just one of those things that we definitely will help you work it out. Not a big deal. We'll get you taken care of, brother, and just kind of follow up in your tickets or follow up in your DMs if you have Bravo or if you're talking with any of the other helpers as well. And if you can always they'll kind of have you walk into it if it requires opening a ticket. I would imagine they would have had already had you do that, so the fact that I'm seeing the updates now and that they are on top of it, I would say, man, any day now you should be expecting.
Oh, I appreciate your help. Thank you so much,
No worries at
And
all, man. Thanks
yeah,
again for
and
stopping by, and anytime we can always answer questions. No biggie, man.
okay, thanks very much. Have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, yeah, you too, you too. Right.
Cheers,
See, we got
cheers.
Chewy in the house. What's up, Chewy on base? Good to see you. Good to see you. Chewy and I did a space together some time ago, and we've been in contact a little bit, trying to take him a little cross chain action for him. See what happens. Get some pets, some good treats out here. We love animals. We have a channel on our Discord called Lil Paws. We love pets, man. We actually, yeah, we a lot of the team members actually have dogs, cats. We absolutely love any animals around here. So always good to have you, man, and welcome to the space. All right, so I think that was it for us, Miss Annie. I'm going to say my quick thoughts real quick because we're going to keep it under 30 minutes for the next, so we'll have to go around and do closing thoughts as well. So my thoughts on Paul this week. I think everybody has given some great points, and I think that moving forward, it's going to be really exciting. The Web3 thing is really really exciting, but that's not where we're going to stop. You know what I mean? That's a stepping stone. Every step from here on out is going to be a stepping stone moving forward. We don't have an end goal, and what I mean by that is we don't have a specific place that we see ourselves where we say we need to stop there or we have to stop there. There is no end in sight. Like I'm not going to say we can sit here and revolutionize the internet or some crazy shit, but there's no end in sight to what can be built with this technology, right? So consider everything that we're doing now small stepping stones in the longer approach and the longer run. It's going to be really, really exciting, and it's going to be. I'm not gonna say fast paced, but there might be some fast times where we're just gonna have to move around with chickens like chickens with our heads cut off. But it's going to be worth it, and I think we've already been doing that. I think it's been really, really cool. So I think moving forward, my thoughts on par are just I'm still bullish. I'm probably more bullish than I was the first day that I bought Paul. That I can say in complete honesty and transparency. I absolutely love where we're at. I love where we're going. I love what's already happened, and I love what we have planned next. So I'm here for absolutely all of it, and I'm like I said, still as much and more bullish than I've ever been. So you can hear it in the spaces, and we keep spreading the word, and I hope everybody's gets a chance to attend and take part in those because it really is fun and it really is something we get to do together as a community. We get to show up together and kind of ride that out and ride that wave, and it's always fun. I always enjoy it with y'all there, and I do better with y'all there as well. So thank y'all every day. Thank y'all all the time for showing up and definitely appreciate it. So moving forward, hopefully that'll be some good news for us, and we'll be able to kind of capitalize on that and see what else it brings us. We'll have some in real life events planned and some really cool stuff. We're gonna try to do some great things next year, and it's gonna be really exciting for everyone. So I hope that everyone sticks around and kind of makes the best of it and considers this thing part of your own and treat it like your own and treat it like it's your project. Get out there, scream it from the rooftops, like Crypto Lounge said. Be proud. Be proud of the part that you take in this space, and be proud of the part that you take in PAWChain. It absolutely is because of you and each and every one of you that the space is becoming a different space. We're changing the space for the better. We're building this project outward. We're connecting with other people. I mean, and that's each and every one of you in here. That has nothing to do with just one of us. There is no one of us in this space today or in this project across the board that is more important than any one of you. That includes myself. That includes any of the team members, any of the devs, whoever. There is not one person in this project who is more important than you. And we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, and that is how we move through the space. And that is why we get so much recognition because it's not just one or two of us moving through a space. There's a whole line of Paul people standing shoulder to shoulder. So when we move, people see it. And that's why you see me so bullish on we move together, we win together, we lose together. Fucking right. Yeah, because when we move together, they see us. They see us lined up out there on the Twitter streets. They see us showing up in these spaces. And they're like, damn, that's pretty dope, you know? And I mean, it's like I said, we are an old school community. That tight knit thread, um, chilling with everybody, doing these spaces every Saturday. That's not something that's common in this space today. This is something that came from 2 or 3 years ago when you were building. So I really enjoy that. I'm glad that we were able to carry. If you're going to carry everything over from the last cycle, I'm glad it was that. I'm definitely glad it was that. And I really am thankful for everybody and everybody's participation, everybody always being here and just trying to help us build this thing out. We definitely can't do it alone, and we are excited to do it with you. And I just really want to spend my time today just saying thank you, and I appreciate every one of you and look forward to doing more with every one of you in the future. So really, just a heartfelt thank you and really big salute and shout out to everybody. And that's my thoughts this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it over to Miss Amy, and then we'll let her do her thoughts real fast, and we'll move into closing thoughts real quick for the last few minutes.
Okay. Hello again. How are
Hey,
you?
Amy. Hello.
So, yeah, thank you for reminding me about the time. So, I'm going to be the, I mean, what can I say? It's freaking awesome. This project, the guys, you guys are amazing. I love you all. I hope one day we meet, right? And when everything is like all everything is built up and we reach the goals that the community set in the project, so it's and we go beyond. I don't know, it's can wait. And what you guys said, oh my gosh, that's so freaking awesome. Crypto Lounge, always, and 21 pause about the Vitalik. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day, like how he's pushing the L2s and now talking about L3s, and that, it's are we a competition to him now? Like what is our stand? That's how I see it. um but I'm probably wrong. But you know so I don't know. It's
No, it's a good point, Annie. I think you're absolutely right. I don't know if we're in competition, but I think that their road might be coming to an I'm not gonna say an end, but they're definitely slowing down whenever we're just now getting on the freeway, right? They're looking for the exit. We're on the on ramp, if that makes sense.
hmm. Okay, well, that's good. It'll make us better for sure. And I know that the depths are not gonna disappoint. So if not, like he said, like Kryptonite said, it's crazy. Like how when he joined the first time on Discord that he joined for the space, right? How did we get you on Discord? I have no idea how we were able to do that. I think probably Sir Schultz, the one that or somebody else, um, that got you in, but it was
It was me. It
freaking
was me, Annie.
I knew it.
Yeah, it was sir. It
Yeah.
was sir. Because I was, because honestly, I'm a very shy person. I'm
Hmm.
surprised I'm on stage right now. I do not like speaking in front of crowds. I'm just, but I'm surprised. But this is what you guys bring this out of me, right? You've made it. You actually, it's been really cool because I'm able to do a whole lot more because of you guys. I'm comfortable now, and I speak a little bit more louder. You couldn't get me to do this back, a year or two ago. No way, no way. But that's the effect this community has, on you. It's very infectious, right?
Yep,
Remember,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. You know, oh my gosh, it's just I'm the worst speaker, and here I am. That's when there's the necessity is there. Like, oh my gosh, you have to do it, and you have to, right? So I guess that's how when the birds push their babies off the nest. Like, okay, there you go, time to fly. It's time to learn, right? So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Crypto Lounge. Thank you for joining the army. I'm gonna call it the army, the community, the PAW community. Thank you so much for it. And one quick question. I mean, quick reminder. If you were kicked out of the space, please request again the mic. Because I got kicked out. I think JT also. JT is back up. You have your hand up, Jay. I don't know if it's from before or if you want to say something. You said you were gonna you were gonna be listening to us.
My hand is stuck up.
Oh man. Okay, no worries. Just want to make sure. So I was gonna say something else. So there's a lot of updates lately on PAWChain. So I wanted to do a trivia, but we don't have prizes. Okay, apologize, but man,
oh, it's okay. It's okay.
we have the prize of the community. That we are here together, right? So with the homies, I like not with the homies, with the dudes, the friends, etc. I don't know, have no idea how to talk like
I
that.
like homies.
But
I think you should have rolled with homies. I like homies.
you know, I was practicing with my daughter. How do I sound? What's up, Holmes? What's up, Holmes? Do I look I sound authentic or not? I don't think so. She was just laughing at me like, no, please don't do that. so, I just have a couple questions, right, for you guys, just to reminding you guys. So let's see how good you are. I'm not gonna tell you to name all the chains and in order that they were added to. We added the liquidity on the
Ooh, that's
chain, but I'm just
In
damn.
gonna ask
order?
you
Oh,
in order. You guys don't
I
know, huh?
know.
Okay.
Chronological order too. Chronological motherfuckers.
I could I could try. I know all of them. I just don't. Okay, I'll shut up.
I'm just gonna ask you for the first one and the last one. That's it. You guys
Ooh, I
know?
know that one. Damn, can we play? I know that. I know that. I'm
Okay.
not gonna. I don't want to play though. Y'all go ahead.
You guys know which one was the first blockchain that we deploy liquidity to?
Is
Dun
it is
dun
it
dun dun dun.
is it
Oh,
us
can we answer? Do
speakers
we
or
answer?
should
Or do we
we
raise
put
our
it in the
hands? Or
comments?
Is this
Sorry.
like
what do we do?
is this buzz in
I
or
know.
what? What do
I'm
we
like
do
looking
here?
for my buzzer button, but I couldn't find it.
No, I was just see if you guys knew. Anyone? I mean, we'll hear speakers.
Base and AVAX.
Wrong. Based on optimism.
Oh,
Oh,
optimism. Damn it.
all right. Well, that was base. Yeah, and last one is optimism. So the next one after base was Ethereum. Next, BNB chain. After that was Arbitrum. Then Polygon. Then Avalanche. And the last one so
Wait,
far this week is Optimism.
what was the first one?
But
Base.
technically,
Ace and then
JT has been away,
Ethereum.
so
Was that
Yeah.
it? Sorry.
technically JT could probably get that one right because he's been away and hasn't been able to update. Optimism was fairly recent, so I still say we should give it to him.
Oh man. Okay. You know what?
I don't know.
I know it's sketchy, right? It's so sketchy.
JT has connections, man. He has connections everywhere. No, but yeah, that was it. And one more question. Let's see if you guys been paying attention. What's the confirmation time on PAWChain? What's the time that a
Ooh,
transaction takes to be
that one's
confirmed?
tricky. I don't 0.0004.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, four
Final answer.
milliseconds. That's right.
Is it
So
okay? I get confused because I don't know if it's 3 zeros and a 4 or 4 zeros and a 4, and I always throw
it's
myself.
it's 4 zeros. No, I'm
No,
sorry,
It's
it's
three
three.
three
zero
zeros.
point
Three,
Zero point
yeah
zero zero
zero
zero
zero
four.
4. There you go.
3 zeros and four.
Yeah,
Thinking like when you buy that token, it's like, oh my gosh, it has 5 zeros. Can't wait, I can get to 3 zeros, right? So we have 3 zeros right now. So
Can we just say Lambo speed? Does that count?
Oh, well, sure.
I like
I
it.
mean,
It's
I'm just
faster than a
saying.
Lambo, maybe. I don't know.
Lambo speed, yeah. You know, maybe Tesla speed. Plaid.
I
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
you know what? I don't know that I did some research on like comparing what in real life events just to have a something to compare to. Like have an idea how much is how long it's 4 milliseconds, right? Because how do you compare 4 milliseconds? I don't know. It's like, that's it. I'm 4 milliseconds. No, it's less than that, right? Um. So and I found some interesting stuff, like for example, if you want to see how fast, right? A hummingbird wing flap, um, a hummingbird flaps its wings around 50 times per second. That's one flap every 20 milliseconds. That's one every 20 milliseconds. Imagine that. PAWChain is way faster than that. Or, one fourth fast, less than of that. So, let's say
Good
comparing,
God, that is fast.
yeah.
That is really fast.
And if you wanna, let's say, compare with credit cards, right? Because this is what the transaction is. So, let's say with when you use a card, contactless payments, like when you put it on, you put your card and it's just put it on top of the machine, and points of sale machine, and it takes between 300 and 500 milliseconds for that transaction to go through. All right, that's when you put it on top of it. Um, let's see, like Google Pay, Apple Pay, etc. When you use the chip, when those cards with the chip, that takes 2 to 5 seconds. All right. When you use the magnet stripe card, it takes 1 to 2 seconds. All right. When you use online e-commerce transactions, that takes between 1 and 10 seconds. When you use prepaid card transactions, that takes between 2 to 5 seconds. When you do international transactions, when I send money to my mama, so like say 3 to 10 seconds. So it's yeah, I mean, but if they're calling you, hey, are you the one sending the money? They start calling, it takes like half a day, for them to, probably less. But anyway, um, so that's how fast.
Can I interrupt
Go
there?
ahead.
What portal are you using to send money in 10 seconds across the world?
It depends. So if they don't call you or anything, like if you use, for example, Western Union, that is it's fast, but they when it's the first time you're sending to it's a different person at that time. They call, they send you an email. They say, hey, they want to confirm the reason why you're sending money, right? Make sure it's not money laundering, or if they stole your card and they're taking funds out of your account, etc. So that takes longer. But PayPal, for example, if you use PayPal, it's pretty fast. Yeah, they all you need to do is just as soon as you enter the information, it's pretty fast when you
I
send.
think so. If you because look at our gross numbers, I think we hit the floor at what 80,000 TPS transactions per second, and you're talking Visa will give you 3,000 transactions per second. So if you want to look at I mean 3,000 compared to 80,000, that's 77,000 transactions more in a second. So that's a easier way to compare your time frames. 0.004 doesn't really do us justice because we're not counting seconds when we go to scan our card and shit. But like if you can
Yeah.
process 3,000 transactions as opposed to 80,000, that's insane, right?
No, that puts you up there with the big boys, especially with the POS. That's where you want to be, right? Because that's the hurdle,
Hmm.
with POS when it comes to cryptocurrency versus fiat. I mean, Paul is ready to go. That's pretty quick.
Hmm. Yep. So that's what I wanted to just give a comparison. It's pretty fast. So it's very, compared to what's out there right now in the market, we are probably the fastest, unless that there's something out there that I was not able to find. But yeah, I couldn't find anything faster than that. Um, you want to know what it's 4 milliseconds in nature? Let's say, let's talk about your brain, right? The electrical signals in your brain. Neurons can transmit signals to each other in milliseconds. A single synaptic transmissions can take between zero point 0.5 do 4 milliseconds. So you know how fast is PAWChain transaction? It's as fast as your neurons can connect to each other. That's like, you know, that's how fast it is. Uh, so I hope that gives you an idea of how fast it is. That's how was the whole point. But anyway,
Nah, that's really cool. I'm sitting here looking at the dragonflies stats too on those wings, and I mean, you got me looking at nature, Annie. I'm looking at like freaking all kind of bug wings and shit. What the hell?
that's funny. But yeah, so if you want to know how special this project is, let's start with comparing with the other projects. So, what's next? What else? What other things can compare it to? When there's platforms out there that they can they're multi-chain, right? They can connect to other. You can do bridges. But when the guys start comparing them with other platforms, right, 21, they takes between 3 to 4 transactions to complete it. But with us, what's different from them is that it takes only one transaction. That's what it makes it so fast. As soon as a transaction comes in, a block is like right now. Every time, uh, I'm
You
trying
want
to
me help?
say,
You want me help you, Annie?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Thank
So how it was in the past, whenever you wanted to bridge some shit, you would have to set up a bridge, and Annie's right. You're going to do on average 3 to 4 transactions. So what would happen was you're going to bridge, and you're going to go from the bridge to the other chain, from that chain, or I'll just talk about how PawChain would do it. Someone wants to bridge in, they're going to bridge, they're going to land on the L3. It used to be they would have to bridge from the L3 to the L1 where we would do our swap. Then from there, you would bridge back to the L3, and then from there, you would bridge back all the way across to the native chain, right? No longer. This is why we're so bullish on L3, right? This is why L3 was so important. This is why L3 is trending. We can now do all those bridges from the L3. So whenever you land on Paul chain, you're not going to have to bridge from the L3 to the L1 where you do your swap, then back to the L3 and all that extra shit like you would traditionally on any other chain. Because as we know, all swaps and all exchanges and shit like that are most commonly L1s, right? They're built the same because there's not a lot of L3 technology out right now, correct? We are one of the first. We have the world's first L3 centric blockchain. So we are the first ones to do the bridge swap bridge from our L3. We didn't change the amount of transactions. We just changed the amount that you have to do. The technology is still there. We just take care of that shit on the back end for you and make it a lot more secure, right? A lot more faster. It's already set up. It's pre-built. It's already there for you to use. You don't have to do anything. And that's where the user friendliness comes in. And that's where the security comes in because you don't have these vulnerabilities where people can now put malicious code in your shit during those 3 or 4 transactions because most commonly when you're hacked in a crypto space is going to be somewhere like a bridge, somewhere with a vulnerability where people can attack you and people can slide in malicious code to try to alter your ending point or your landing destination, if you will, correct? So that is why the L3 being able to do the bridge swap bridge in one place is secure, it's faster, and it's all from the L3, which is a lot more innovative and revolutionary, right? And that sets us up to continue building outward. We don't have to lag our heavy L1 and L2 behind us on our backs the whole time, right? We're doing everything from the L3. So we actually scrapped the L1 and L2, and this is something I say in spaces a lot. We scrapped our L1 and L2, dude. We built it because we needed it to get going, but we're not using it. It's all on the L3. So yeah, dude. I mean, it's not when we say the future is here, it absolutely is. And I know I don't take the time to really explain that in depth, and I apologize. I know we don't ever explain it in depth to where the actual innovation happens. What's changed? What's innovative about it? Explain to me how this shit's different than the other guys, and that's something we need to do a little bit more in depth and a little bit more of a breakdown. But that is how it works. And you're able to do everything. And that again gives you your speed. That again gives you less congestion because there's less traffic, it's less bridges, it's a lot less of everything. And of course, no gas fees. So that's where it kind of all plays into itself, right? And that's the good thing about building outward with crypto. So yeah, I just wanted to try to touch on that and help you out a little bit in case you're having troubles with it.
See, the icing on the cake is no gas fees. That's
Right,
what got
right.
that's probably what Vitalik is like. How the fuck did they do that? You know, it's, how did that work out? I mean, you
And it's
put that icing on the cake, no gas fees. It's like
well,
I'm thinking I need to get in this ecosystem.
I'll
I need
take
to
it. I'll
deploy
take
it.
you one
I
step
need to
higher.
use that wallet, right?
Crypto Lounge. I like to say that we have a gas-free blockchain because if you remember, you can come to our swap and connect with your external wallet and still do
Yeah,
your bridge swap bridge, and it's still going to be gas-free, right?
yeah.
So
Reverse
it's not
compatibility.
necessarily a gas-free wallet. It's just the fucking congestion is so minimal. Fuck it, man. Don't even worry about it. We got you covered, dude. And that's how it works. Like we don't take away gas fees. Gas fees are still there. We just believe in what we're doing so much that we're like, hey, you know what? We'll pay that for you. Don't even sweat it, dude. We are infinitely scalable, and that term right there plays into the congestion. We believed in that infinitely scalable
Yeah,
so much that we said, don't even worry about your gas fee, dude. It's only going to be a few cents. We'll actually pay that for you. Don't even fucking sweat it. We're going to pay your gas fees because we
yeah,
believe in what we're building that much. That's crazy. So it's in our best interest to be able to honor that, right? We talk about a lot of projects being able to deliver. So if we say something, you better fucking believe we're going to deliver. Otherwise, we're going to be paying for it first with the gas fees. So it makes sense, and you kind of it's like a it's like a reinforcement of what we're saying and what we're doing and what we're building. I truly believe that.
yeah. The gas thing is very important. I mean, I remember the days we're paying $200-300 just to swap out of a meme or swap out
Dude,
burn a
I'll
minute
give you.
NFTs. You know,
I got stats better than that. In 2023, users spent 3 billion plus on the ETH chain in gas fees. I know this because we use it on Killer Web.
yeah. Oh
three
yeah,
billion
I
dollars,
remember those
bro,
days.
in
I was
2023.
part of that.
Gas is a motherfucker. So now you see why
Yeah,
Vitalik wants to hold on to the layer two, the L1. It makes sense now. It's not necessarily
it's a
building.
cash cow. Yeah,
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
it's a
That
cash cow.
traffic, that volume earned that chain 3 billion in non-related. He didn't have to build anything for that. It's already just there. He didn't have to do anything. It's there. He got the gas fee, so it's done. It's done and done. And so 2024 is going to come. It's going to be another probably 3, 5 as more people get involved. Think about it. It's an astounding amount of money. And that solution alone, just for having the gas free, is why a lot of people will try to turn a people eat off gas fees. You know what I'm saying? But we're like I said, we're built
No,
different.
seriously, that's real, bro. I mean, when you're popping $200-300, just to move in and out, you got to rethink your positions. You got to really rethink, what am I doing here?
Especially
I just
the,
lost my ass on this meme coin,
and the
and
NFT.
just to get break even, I still had to spend $100 just to break even. I mean, it doesn't make sense, right?
I see a lot of people. They're like, man, fuck that NFT, dude. That NFT is $100, but gas is 150. It kind of outweighs your purchase. Like that. That don't make sense to me, dude. Like you can't buy any other good crypto because you in MetaMask you got to have double the gas fee, which is stupid as fuck. Instead of $20, if your gas fee is 20, you have to have 40 on there. Otherwise, it'll deny it. It'll tell you
Yeah,
not enough gas.
yeah.
Sorry, Annie, we kind of fucking. I used up your time to go back and forth with Crypto Lounge.
No, no, that's what I want.
Okay.
I love this. This is
All right.
perfect. 'Cause that's what we need this
Well,
for sure.
well, don't forget tonight. I want to give everybody a reminder. Big Q's got the community hangout this evening. Please stop by. That is a very imperative and important part of our culture and our community. It's just hanging out and not getting up there and talking anything technical. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about movies. Let's laugh. Let's chill. Hear some music, shit like that. I mean, that kind of stuff right there. And I think that that's a good place for us to